Hey, what's up guys? Slay here. I got a nice little growth test video for you guys, mainly involving players with potential under 80. Really trying to test the waters here as far as, how much better these players can grow. So, yeah, you might not recognize most of these players. For example, here we got a Colombian keeper, starts off at a 68, and his potential is supposed to be a 78. But something interesting happens to Mr. Bonilla, which I'll explain later in the video. Um, for the most part, there might be a couple recognizable faces in this squad. All these players are under the age of 21, yeah, 21, and all have a potential of over 75, but less than 80, actually, with a couple exceptions. But here's Sebastian Vegas, a player who actually does have a potential of 80. This guy right here was already in the club. He's not really, I just decided to keep him in just to see how he would grow. But for about 9 of these players, I all bought them and put them into the squad and put them in as first 11 players. Try to see, try to see if they could, how much they could grow, you know. So next you're gonna see Kenneth Omeru, whatever. He has a potential of also under 80. I mean, he starts out relatively as a high overall, as you see, in January he already grew +3, which looks nice. Camarasa here, a player you definitely don't recognize. Also under that 80 potential. Lucas Toro, who is actually from Real Madrid Castilla. One of two Aussies, and Ryan Williams. Um, really expecting some of these players to at least outgrow their potentials by +4, and um, that would be cool to see. There's Thomas Rogic. I'm sure you might recognize him. I don't know why I keep scrolling through like this, but Thomas Rogic. Um, I know in other FIFAs he's had higher potentials. I don't know why this year. I guess he's not performing as well as he used to, but he's got a lower potential around 78. Yassine Benzia, you probably guys recognize him because he's got a high potential. Believe of 85. Really nice player. Biro-Biro, a young Brazilian from Brazil, and these are the rest of these guys. All players. From the start of the club. So let's hop into the results. All right. So first of all, you might be asking, where is Bonilla? Well, um, he kind of got beat to that position. Sebastian Vegas, you guys remember, he grew to a 76. I mean, he's 24. He could still grow, definitely, but not all the way there yet as far as his development. But still, I was hoping he'd at least be an 80 by 24. And then Kenneth Omeru, it looks like he's done growing. He's hit that 78. He's 27 years old. Kind of, I think I loaned him out too many times. So I wasn't able to get him to a nice potential. Um, that guy was already in the club. Um, Lucas Toro will be next. He's also a player who kind of disappointed me. I was hoping he could get into the 80s, but that didn't really happen. I mean, he wasn't that great of a player anyway when I played with him. So next we got Camarasa, who probably definitely a big surprise for me. I mean, look at that, 83, age of 27. His potential was a 77, a 78, around there. So to grow 5 or 6, more than what your potential says, that's pretty awesome. And in a minute, I think I'll show you his attributes, which look really nice all around. Um, and he felt like a really good player in game as well. I mean, look at that, 93 ball control, 91 short passing, and then 90 volleys. Like where did that come from? And then I'll show you some of the attributes for these other guys. I mean, not really um, too impressive other than Camarasa, I guess, so far. Um, then next we got Ryan Williams, who did, there you go, 82. He did grow past his potential from a 79, so that's always nice to see. Um, again, another player who is starting every game pretty much. I mean, go to an 82, I'll take that. That was cool to see. But, other than his physical attributes, I mean, the dribbling is the only thing that would really stand out to me. So, he's a decent little player, but as far as, recommending these guys for, a career mode, I would, because all these guys are unknown, pretty much, except for a couple, and they're cheap. And there you go, Rajic. I said he had potential of 78. He got to an 84, so he grew the most. He grew the most of everyone else in this test, um, which was nice to see. Although he did not have the highest potential, and you look at his stats, and there's a lot of things in there that catches your eye. So he was definitely a great player. Yassine Benzia, this guy was supposed to get to 85, and he only manages to get to 81. I think I loaned him out too much. I know I mentioned that with some previous players, so I kind of learned my lesson. I just kept loaning players out every January, and I think I did a little too much. And if you do it too much, you do stunt their growth. Um, so I think, it's safe to say I don't think you should ever loan a player more than 2 times. I think 2 times, you're playing it safe. Because Ryan Williams, I did loan out probably like 3 times I loaned him out, but I don't know. Biro-Biro, 83. His potential was a 78 or 79. So he, grew past that. And look at that speed right there. That's pretty crazy. And great dribbling as well, but um, he wasn't, that amazing to be honest, but he certainly was fast. He just, I was playing in the Danish league, so because this is a Danish team called Odense Bold Club, and really not a great team. But anyway, Jacob ousted center forward. Don't recognize him, probably because he was a youth player. I was just looking to fill up the roster a bit, and along came this guy, and he's already. The sad thing is, he's a youth player, and he's already outgrown everybody on the team, and he's only 23. But take a look at the technical attributes. He looks fantastic, and the rest of the players you're gonna see now. Like he's a youth player. Here we got a player already in the squad, and there's Christian Bonilla. So, if you guys remember, I showed you that he was a 68 at the start of the test, and now he's a 69 at the age of 28. He grew one. He grew one in about 8 years, I think it was. So, very disappointing to see. Um, yeah, I think I loaned him out too many times as well, you know. And then we got Rasmus Falk Jensen, a player already in the club. This guy already in the club. So overall, I can't say I'm too satisfied with these results. I really wanted to do some experiments, and I was certainly able to get a couple of good results from, Thomas Rajic, Camarasa, uh, Ryan Williams, Biro-Biro, but a lot of people let me down. I mean, and a good example of that is having a goalkeeper who was already in the club surpass the original goalkeeper we had at the start of the test. So, that's that kind of speaks for itself. You know, you would expect Bonilla with a higher potential to get to be there in the starting 11, but he clearly couldn't grow at all. So definitely might have made a mistake by loaning players out too much. But anyway, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and peace.